Yeah.
Dude, it's actually getting hot.
Mucho bueno.
I'm taking some layers off here because it's getting fired up over here.
Yeah, the fire is good.
And even I'm getting lit up now, so it's really going. Yeah. In case anybody sees me playing with a knife here, which I very often do, it's the Benchmade Griptilian. Let me try to find a place where you can see it.
For you.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful knife. I was so hesitant to try that. After handling it several times, didn't really reach any conclusions, but I'm so happy that I did.
I can say 100%, no doubt, the access lock on the Benchmade is by far the most enjoyable and playful lock I have ever encountered. Close to it might be the compression lock on the paramilitary too, but I mean, just look at this. I can spend the whole night just doing this, you know.
And your hand doesn't get sore either,
No.
for the most part.
And it's a strong lock. It's super easy to use, super enjoyable. Like, I want to get a Benchmade just because of the access lock. I just haven't found the candidate for that.
Yeah. Apart from the Osborne, which I really like, and I might consider getting very seriously. But apart from that, I haven't really found a design that I was just like, wow, that's so beautiful. I would love to have that. I've handled a few of them now. What did we handle the other day? The McHenry Williams.
McHenry Williams, which is a 4-inch blade. That's a bit on the large.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do it for me. I think it would be nice, and if you ended up with that, I'm sure you would grow to love it. But I'm not like attracted to it right off the bat, kind of deal.
Well, give me the knife, and I'll redesign it, and I'll make it, 100% likable.
None Fancy actually had a video. I can't remember what it was now, because they've all got numbers and names as well. So I can't. I'm not.
The knives?
Yeah, the bench. Like I don't know Benchmade lineup as well, but
well, the McHenry Williams is 710, Benchmade 710. This is something. This is 5 something. The Osbornes, yeah, 551. The Osbornes I would really like is 940. I believe I have a 941 or something. Spear point with serrations, which I inherited.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was now. Maybe it was I want to say the Rift or the Mini Onslaught or something like that. But he had to like sand, like he took the knife apart and it had like some sharp edges or something, so he like sanded like very uniformly like all around the handle. And then he was like, oh, I love it now or whatever.
I think Benchmade needs to get some different designers in their house, because a lot of their knives just have design issues. I mean, they're just sort of odd and archaic in a way, and they're all black, like they're like all super tactical or something. When I mean, who cares? It's just a tool, it's like you use it to cut bread more than anything else. Like, why try to be paramilitary about it?
Unless we're actually talking about a paramilitary with that. Oh man, you know what I want to get is a paramilitary too, because I already have one. But I want mine back first. But after that, I would like to get the satin finish with the camo handle.
Yep.
Like camo is such a beautiful pattern. I wish that I could incorporate. I am actually wearing. Oh no, I don't have my camo with me. But yeah, you can't really, like if you're an urban dweller, you can't really wear camo on a daily basis without drawing negative attention to yourself.
Yeah.
So if you can have it in your pocket or something, and at least look at that pattern.
I would say actually the camo looks a lot less threatening than pure black on a knife. It looks a lot more playful. And I do it with my hat, my camo. That's my camo outfit.
Isn't it funny that we feel the need to like conceal our tools that are completely harmless, really. Like we would never do harm with them.
Yeah.
But then there's all these people that dress up as like punks or like goths or whatever, and they're completely happy and comfortable to walk around like that, drawing attention to themselves for negative reasons, right?
They want the attention more than anything else. It's like women dressing sexy. They feed on that attention. Like I don't need anybody to be looking at my ass or my balls, so I don't show those.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Despite the fact that I do have a YouTube channel and I've made over 100 videos now, I'm really not an attention seeker in general. I spent most of my life trying to like avoid attention. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of an odd place to end up, but
Well, I don't know. YouTube has been a sort of interesting event in the sense that it's a huge library, visual library, of mixed knowledge. I mean, there's a sort of authoritative knowledge on YouTube. There's also sort of made-up knowledge that perhaps shouldn't be out there, but you know, freedom of speech. Um, there's a huge exchange between people, you know, going back and forth. And I mean, there's many times where I felt like, man, you know what, I want to do some videos too to sort of kind of return the favor in a way.
I could definitely see you doing videos in the future, man. I definitely encourage you to give it a try. It's been a really positive addition to my life, and it allows you to be creative. You can talk about anything you want to. You don't have to worry whether you're going to bore somebody or not. It's all about whether you entertain yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe other people will come along with you for that. Maybe they won't. And it's very entrepreneurial, right? It's like you won't get anything back from it unless you work at it. I'm not talking like monetary stuff either, but I just mean satisfaction overall, you know? So I don't know. I think that what I need to do for like next year is I'm gonna obviously continue my video making journey, but I want to like slow down, plan videos out better, make them about something, and learn the skill at the same time, or you know, do something for my for myself, and also I don't know, just make a better video overall. I think my early videos, a lot of them were just like crap, like me cutting potatoes up or something at the kitchen counter.
With a knife. Yeah. Actually, I hate the kitchen counter in the videos.
It's ugly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got the
Shabab.
Shamag.
Shish kebab.
Did I tell you that I learned how to tie it like a terrorist, kind of?
Yeah, well, be careful with that shit, man. Terrorists with knives and stuff, you know. Shish kebab on your head.
Yeah. So let's talk about our friend to which I gave the knife.
Okay.
So I don't know, probably like 10 people have watched that video. No, I don't even know how many people watched it, but I made this video about, you know, be a friend, give a knife, and I've given this guy a knife before.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Spider Indura. Hello.
Oh yes, it's a gift, birthday gift. Yes, it was brand new knife too.
Gift. And you gave me the Victorinox that I actually have with me right now, the camper or whatever it is, or the hiker or something.
Well, the one with the saw. That's the important one.
Yeah, it's got a saw. It's good. So anyways, we both exchanged knives, more or less. And so anyways, I gave this dude a knife. And he may watch this video, so if you do, I miss you, buddy. But yeah, it's like we were talking over Facebook afterwards, and he's like, oh good, I've got like something to kill lots of people with or something. Like a very sort of like immature attitude about knives. And I think, I don't know, we'll see if that changes with time, but I think that that's sort of a natural reaction for most people. It's like a knife is a weapon, that's how they perceive it. When you take it outside of the kitchen, anything other than a kitchen knife for cooking, it's like, oh my god, it's a weapon, you know?
Yeah.
And I was kind of disappointed with that, but I think it's a fairly natural reaction, and we'll see what happens with time. But then the other thing that he mentioned, he's just like, what do I do with a knife? And
outside the kitchen.
yeah, and I mean, like, I gave him kind of a smart-ass answer. I was just like, you know, cut stuff. And I think that's, a lot of people will probably say the same thing, but it's like, okay, yeah, cut stuff. What stuff, you know? It's like cutting paper is very pleasurable. Not the most useful thing. But I think that everybody has to deal with packaging. Everybody has to deal with cardboard in their lives if you recycle and don't just throw it all in the garbage. But yeah, so I mean, paper, cardboard, opening packages, food prep, like in the field or whatever. And then it's also like, if you really don't know what to do with it, I was like, just throw it in the glove box of your car. You know, it's like, that way, if you get stuck somewhere and you need something like that, you've got it, right? It's the same reason you keep like a blanket in your trunk, or, you know,
If you have the mentality to foresee unfortunate events.
yeah. Yeah. So anyways, it was kind of funny because he's like, oh, cardboard. He's like, I always just jumped on the boxes and jammed them into the recycling bin. And he's like, tomorrow's garbage day. I'm gonna go out and like cut up some cardboard. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, dude. Like, let me know how it goes. And so I asked him about it today, and he's just like, oh yeah, it was really fun. But he's like, I think that I did something bad to the blade. It looks like all damaged now or something. And like, I haven't seen what it looks like, and I don't really care honestly. But it's like, what could you have done to it that messed it up, right?
Maybe the cardboard sort of scratched out the finish on the blade because it has that sort of silvery finish to it.
Yeah. Who knows? But it was really nice for me to do something nice for a friend. I did pass the gift of knife collecting or knife usage along to somebody else, and also just to rid myself of a knife that I didn't really like. But yeah, Warriors and Wonders is like the best store in Canada, bar none. You know, it's so for those of you who don't know what Warriors and Wonders is, when he told me that name, I was just like, no, that's a crazy name for a store. I was like, what are you talking about? And it like the first few times I went there, I was just like, man, this store is stupid. Like you go there, and I guarantee you most people who shop there never go to the store, right? But it's like you can't see anything. It's like they've got maybe 1% of their knives displayed for you, and then everything else is in the back in like a storage area. And you have to ask the employees, you gotta say, I want to see the Bird Car Car 2 in the FRN. They'll like punch it up on the computer in a minute or whatever, then they'll go back and get it and they'll bring it to you. And it's like, okay, now I want to see the American Lawman, and then they'll do the same thing. They'll go and get it and bring it to you. It's like kind of a bizarre experience. So if you're like an impulse purchaser, it sucks because there's not a lot to look at there, right?
Yeah. Well, the short story is that you need to know what you want to get beforehand, before you go up to their store. And that's your store.
Yeah, I was gonna throw it in the fire.
And ask them, like, I want to see this, this, and that. And you need to know that beforehand, so you need to do your research about what you actually want to buy.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I talked to the guy about it a little bit, and he was saying how probably, like, let's say, for the sake of the conversation, 90% of his sales occur online, which means that for him the store is really almost like a storing device, where he stores his knife in a place. He also sells them in person in store, but his business is online. If you were to count only on the in-store purchases, he wouldn't survive.
Mm-hmm.
So what he has is basically a huge warehouse where he stores and sells things at the same time.
It's amazing, and those guys are having their 12th anniversary, so they're doing a sale, and there's like 700 products that they've discounted out of like probably 10 times that many as their actual inventory. But yeah. But I've learned to like plan ahead. When you go there, it's like you really need to look at the website first, figure out maybe 5 things or 3 things or whatever, or even 1 thing, but just plan ahead what you want to see, and then you go there and you actually handle it. The other thing that I'm going to start doing more often is when I actually get to the store, it's not like look at it for a second and be like, okay, it's not broken, I'll take it. It's like look at it, hold it, play with it, you know, a little bit, open and close it, put it in your pocket, you know, and see like how it feels.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to take 5 minutes or 10 minutes to like look at the knife and just decide, right?
Yeah.
And I feel awkward doing that because it's like you got a guy sitting across the counter kind of like looking at you, but
They're very chilled out though. I mean, compared to other stores where the people kind of like following you around, like the guys in the Navy Army store in New Brunswick, or sorry, New Westminster,
yeah.
or other stores where the salesman almost harass you, you know, asking you stupid questions. These guys are very laid back. They give you a knife, like the McKinley Williams, you know. We had it out between the two of us for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Picked it up, back, put it back, picked it up, put it back. You know, they're both looking at us. The guy never said anything about it. Like, he could have been, oh, it's a great knife, you want to buy it.
Yeah.
When we go to the second store that's in Vancouver, Campfire,
Yeah.
the guy, we have a salesman guy who obviously doesn't know anything about knives, but he's trying to sell them to you as if he actually knows something, and it's annoying. So by comparison, those guys are so laid back. It's very refreshing. I never felt any pressure, honestly, in that way.
Yeah.
I feel pressure to go and look and then walk away. That's different. But I usually go and buy one thing and then look up 3 or 4 other things.